global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. The issue of Fulani herdsmen is becoming very alarming, and they have become daring also in their approaches to things. They have decided to go even a step further by rejecting the eviction notices from bushes in Delta State. And this is not the very first time Nigerians as a whole community people would want Fulanis to leave their community due to their heinous crimes, due to their unfriendly attitude, kidnapping, maiming that is always associated with their presence in any local government area they find themselves in. But in a moment, we're going to see the whole picture, how it all started, or what transpired that led all to all this. But before we do so, we do love you to subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Click on it to get notified as well. God bless you as you do so. Well, hundreds of nomadic Fulani residents have rejected an executive order directing them to vacate the bushes of some communities in Oshimini North local government area of Delta State. The chairman of the council, Mr. Louis Ndukwe, had issued the order for those resident in the bushes to leave within 7 days following a spate of killings and kidnappings in the council. The council boss noted that the criminal activities were being perpetrated by elements believed to have their hideouts in the bushes. According to Ndukwe, the council will demolish the structures if they fail to heed the order. But the nomadic Fulani, just barely 24 hours ago, protested along the Benin-Asaba-Onitsha expressway, stating that they were not criminals. They added that they were law-abiding Nigerians who have lived all their lives. They are law-abiding Nigerians who have lived all their lives in the state. Mr. Idris Abubakar, who spoke on behalf of the protesters, lamented that they would be subjected to needless hardship should the council go ahead to demolish their structures. Describing the order as draconian, he added that it would cause more havoc and achieve the exact purpose for which it was issued: trouble. He accused Ndukwe of acting without the imprimatur of the state governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, in issuing quit notice. That's indicting. That law is null and void, he said. We are lawful tenants and we have been paying rent. We have documents to prove that. We have become citizens of Delta State because we have lived here all our lives. If you ask us to go now, we don't even know where to go, the Fulani spokesman said. Reacting to the protest, Ndukwe said, "We have not asked them to leave the local government, but to come out of the bush and live socially and economically with us in the towns and villages. Our government is very friendly, and the people of Anioma are very friendly also." All right, you have heard what they said. These ones are saying that they are law-abiding. And if you look at the law of the land, based on what even the spokesperson of the Fulani herdsmen have said, it's actually a strong word. It's a worded protest, if you ask me. All right, we're going to show you a video, but this time around it's not coming from Delta State. It's actually coming from Anambra State, a local government in Anambra, where one of a brave Igbo man, decided to show us a little clip, very short clip, how the Fulanis live in the bushes, their makeshift situation, and he's even begging everyone who cares to notice to please come to their aid, because he said as they're carrying those cows, they're also carrying some sort of weapons, in case of any movement. We all know about that, but let's watch the video, then we'll come back and see how this whole thing.
Okowa. Even I didn't see no. Nah, and say yeah. No, a bit of it. Neha cannot done it. Done. This year. And there's what we ponder about. ammunition ebe a na-esikwa ndị ma n'ime ọhịa na-eri esi ahụ dịsi ya abịafe anyị na-ekwu ụmụ Igbo ụmụ Biafra biko ebe enyere anyị aka biko ka anyị chịa ndị a n'ala anyị abụrụ anyị na-ahapụ ihe nwa ana biko ekene m unu.
Alright, welcome back. You have seen how they live their life. They move from place to place. They are comfortable in the bushes. Now, but let's look at this critically. Well, I've actually seen 2 points that the Fulani spokesperson raised that is quite worthy to look at. One of them is the fact that he said that there is no way that they will probably obey this law, this order, because it's not coming from the governor himself. That he's very sure the governor is unaware of this tall order. To him, if they must obey, then it should come directly from Okowa. Well, to a great extent, he could be right in the sense that maybe, just me. But then if you ask me, why would he, or was he expecting Okowa himself to tell them to leave? Now, even at that, after he has finished saying that, the young man replied and said, look, leave our bushes. Come live with us. Let's see who we're dealing with. Stop living in the bushes. Okay, if you know you don't have any sinister move, you don't have any ulterior motives, stop living like animals. Come out of the bushes. You're human, right? You say you guys are Nigerians, right? Bring it to the fore. Come down to where human beings live. Let's interact. Let's be sociable. Let's socialize, so we'll know ourselves. So that whenever anything funny or sinister move comes into play, we can easily identify those who are doing these heinous crimes. I don't think it's a bad response if you ask me. But then, how peaceable? These are people who have been used to living in the bush. Would they be able to live like normal human beings, even with human beings normal in the towns and cities? Time will eventually tell. Now, let's look at the second point he raised. He said, look, all their lives, they have been living in Delta State, so they're actually Deltans by law, constitutionally. He's right. Unfortunately, that is how our constitution is, which means, by default, all those Amajiris you're seeing, if for any reason some of them successfully stays in Delta, stays in any part of Igbo land or any part of the South for the next 10 years, they can actually contest, vote and be voted for. That is what the Constitution says. Okay, you can stay in as much as you are law abiding. Okay, you can stay wherever you've been for how many years and contest. If you are found worthy, you will win. Now, just let's imagine a scenario now, guys. Let's imagine a scenario. It's a funny one, but it's the truth. Let's imagine a scenario that an Amajiri leaves the north, comes down to the south, stays there for the next 20 years, for instance. Of course, we want to assume also that there's a party. Let's give it a name, AAA. No, AAA is already existing. ABC party. And that ABC party is filled and noted for a particular tribe. And these people have migrated to the south so very much that half of the cities, in some states, it's like Delta State, and even some part of Benin, if you go through as Edo, if you go through the LG, you probably think you're in the north. Okay, now imagine such a thing happens and they stay more than 20 years. They have the funds, the wherewithal, and they pick a form to contest. Okay, and now the party they belong, ABC, is actually a tribal kind of party where they are majorly known for that, and they vote en masse and rig the election in their favor. They may likely rule that state they're in. Based on constitution, they are permitted, after staying for 10 years, law abiding, you can be voted for and also vote, which means at a particular time in history, if this continues this way, an Amajiri may emerge to become the governor of Delta State. An Amajiri may emerge to become the governor or even a senator of Anambra State. Don't say it can't happen. History has a way of playing itself. Look, let's not go too far. The likes of United States, the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger is not an American per se. He naturalized there. He was one time the mayor of one of the states in the United States. Did it stop him from voting and be voted for? No. He ended up being a prominent person. He ended up, yes, he became law-abiding and he was voted for. Look, Nigeria itself, unfortunately, we have not gotten to that level where we practice true democracy. What we practice in Nigeria, particularly in Africa, Nigeria in particular, really, is African democracy, okay? It's not really for the people by the people. It's always for the elite. Now, if the elite finds favor and they have decided that, okay, we want a situation where the Nigerians should move in maybe the next 10 years, they should start ruling. There's enough money, Let's look at this critically. Monies keep missing, they keep losing money. Maybe there's a bigger picture. Maybe there's so many maybes. Why don't we put things in order? Now that we're talking about, now they're saying that they're law-abiding. Why would you want to be in the bushes? Why would you want to be so comfortable in the bushes and rejecting an order? I think the better way to have gone about, instead of protesting and saying there's danger and saying that if they forcefully eject you, that whatever the government of the day is looking for, they will get it. You are actually technically threatening the people, and that may not go well. But let's see how it plays out. Okay, let's see what Governor Okowa, the Delta State Governor, Okowa will say concerning this matter, because they have actually dragged him into this thing by saying he did not sanction the order. They would like to hear from him. These are the things you're talking about. But let's meet in that comment section. What do you make of this statement? And the reply that the Fulani Herdsmen has vehemently said, they're going nowhere. All their lives they've been in Delta State. They pay their rent, they pay their dues, so why should they leave? They're comfortable staying in the bushes and they're not leaving anytime soon. Let's visit that comment section. Don't also forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. God bless you.